Hey, what's going on, Guardians? TBL here, and we're back with the vendor weapon roll recommendations for this week. It's the week of April 4th, 2017, and we're here to check out just a few of the weapons that are on sale this week that are worth your time, attention, and legendary marks. But before we dive straight into that, let's take a look at what the Crucible Quartermaster bounties are this week. First up, we've got a Burst of Victory for pulse rifle kills, Ion Victory for scout rifle kills, Action Reaction for fusion rifle kills, should be pretty easy for you if you've got that Vex Mythic last, Trusty Sidearm for sidearm kills, and then finally, just like last week, we've got Choose Your Moment where you'll need to get heavy weapon kills. Completing any of these bounties will get you legendary weapons from all throughout Destiny's history. And believe me, they are definitely worth doing. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk vendor rolls. First up, at the Crucible Quartermaster, this week we've got a pretty darn good roll of the sniper rifle, the Event Horizon. It's kind of a mix between a great PvE and great PvP roll. So let's take a look. This sniper is coming with short gaze for that low zoom scope. It's got triple tap, mulligan, skip rounds, casket mag, and finally hidden hand, which gives you that great combination of triple tap and casket mag. On a gun like this, it pushes that magazine effectively up to about 7, I do believe, so long as you're landing all of those precision shots, which is a great benefit for a sniper like this. And of course, hidden hand is great for that bonus to aim assist. Alright, next at the Crucible Quartermaster, the sidearm this week, Anton's Rule, is actually pretty well rolled. This sidearm doesn't generally get much love because it's usually in an archetype that isn't quite up to par when it comes to other stuff. But the roll this week is good. It's got both True Sight and Sure Shot, Zen Moment, Feeding Frenzy, Fitted Stock, high caliber rounds, and hot swap, so you can have extra aim assist, extra stability, and extra accuracy on this gun. Mix that in with the flinch factor from high caliber rounds and you've got yourself a pretty decent sidearm. Alright, next up we've got the Vanguard Quartermaster, and this week's roll of the Angel's Advocate is just plain fun. In my opinion, it doesn't really have any optimized sights, nothing really to benefit your aim assist there, but the perk setup is just fun. It's got Outlaw, Last Resort, Small Bore, Explosive Rounds, and Firefly. Like a Fatebringer Scout Rifle, this gun's in the Mida Multi-Tool archetype, which works great with explosive rounds. The rate of fire is going to keep your target flinching like crazy, although those explosive rounds can kind of interfere with the proccing of Outlaw sometimes. And I guess for that matter, Firefly too, but this is definitely a fun roll for PvE. Alright, next up we've got the Bone Crusher LMG. This thing's coming with aggressive ballistics to give it a bonus to impact, life support, Take a Knee, which you can pretty much just ignore, Braced Frame, which increases your stability, but ultimately I think that's unnecessary on a gun like this. It fires slow enough that you can really just go without, which thankfully opens you up to the ability to use appended magazine to get that magazine size up from 25. Then of course we've got the always fantastic Crowd Control for bonus damage after you get a kill. If you can handle the slow reloads, it's a great LMG. Alright, next up at the Future War Cult, we have got a fantastic roll of the Wormwood. Oh boy, here we go. This week's roll is coming with True Sight for that bonus to aim assist. It's got high caliber rounds for the flinch factor, Snapshot, Hand Loaded for the extra range, or Zen Moment for that extra stability, and then Rangefinder. This is a great roll of this gun. Zen Moment's going to cause a little bit of extra stability every time you land a shot. High caliber rounds is going to make people flinch like crazy, and Rangefinder is going to give you a little bit more range out of this weapon. Overall, this is a fantastic roll of this already great weapon. You should probably be picking it up. Alright, and finally, for the new Monarchy, this week has got another pretty darn good roll of the Assembly too. Actually, a better roll than the one that came last week. At least in my opinion. There's no aim assist boosting sight this week, but the first tree has got your choice of high caliber rounds or hip fire, two fantastic perks for this gun. And then you got your choice of perfect balance or crowd control, and then of course counterbalance. Now that mixture between perfect balance and counterbalance is going to make this gun a lot more stable than it usually is. And having something like high caliber rounds is going to cause crazy amounts of flinch for the number of shots that you're going to be landing on people, or you can utilize a great perk like hip fire to stay on target when you're a little bit closer. In my opinion, it's just overall a better version than the one we got last week. I would definitely recommend picking it up if you like the one from last week. Alright, and next up for the new Monarchy, the First Citizen 9 that's on sale this week is actually pretty darn good. This is the fast rate of fire LMG, and it's got the perfect perks for it. It comes with linear compensator, which helps to keep that recoil more vertical than horizontal. It's got extended mags to give you a larger magazine, Snapshot for that faster ADS time, Hammer Forge for a little bit more range, the fantastic Feeding Frenzy, which will help you increase your reload speed whenever you get a kill that mixes in perfectly with extended mags, and finally, Persistence. Oh man, do I love persistence. This is a great perk. The longer you're firing, the more accurate you're going to be. And that goes in perfectly with the bonus magazine size you're going to have from extended mags, and of course you'll be able to reload faster every time you get a kill. Recoil is always the biggest problem on this archetype of LMG, but hopefully with that mixture of linear compensator and persistence, you'll be able to stay right on target. I might be picking that up myself. Alright, and finally, we've got the Bad Council 4 from the new Monarchy. This thing has got aggressive ballistics for the bonus to impact. It's also got extended mags for a larger magazine, hip fire, which is great for this archetype of shotgun. This is the fast rate of fire shotty. It's got hammer forge for a bonus to range, or cascade, where you can utilize melee kills to automatically reload a small portion of your gun's magazine. And finally, full auto. This is like a fantastic PvE shotgun. It's got almost everything you want. Maximized impact, a great magazine, and full auto. Now it's going to be buns in PvP, so don't pick it up for that. But if you're a PvE guy, it ain't bad. Alright then, Guardians, that's pretty much all of the guns that I could personally recommend to you guys from this week's vendor reset. There's definitely some good stuff in there this week, and if there's anything that I missed, be sure to let us know down in the comment section below. But as for me, I gotta get back to running Vault of Glass. It's been very good to me thus far. So alright, that's it for this one, Guardians. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.